California putting its money where your arm is. The $116 million worth of prizes being dangled to get more people vaccinated. Plus, our first holiday weekend since many COVID restrictions were lifted, the safety precautions you're urged to still keep in mind. And new information emerging about what motivated yesterday's mass shooting at a San Jose rail yard.
ABC 10 News at 4 starts now.
About an hour ago, Governor Gavin Newsom wrapped up his announcement of a $116 million incentive to encourage more Californians to get vaccinated. Good afternoon. I'm Kimberly Hunt. ABC 10 News reporter Anthony Pura is live to explain how this works. Anthony?
And Kimberly, there is a big push to get vaccines into arms. And right now, California is offering up millions to its residents as an incentive to get vaccinated. Now, according to the state, close to 63% of Californians 12 and older are at least partially vaccinated, but at least 12 million people who are eligible for the vaccine have not gotten it. And the state is starting to see a decline of doses being administered. So the state is offering some incentives now. They're setting aside $2 million $50 gift cards for newly vaccinated people starting today. Those cards will come in the form of grocery cards or prepaid debit cards, and the governor says those will be given at a first come, first served basis. Now, there are also cash prizes for anyone vaccinated that they will have a shot at those. 30 people will get a chance at $50,000. 15 people will be selected on June 4th and another 15 people selected on June 11th. Now, the biggest cash winners will be selected on June 15th. 10 people will be selected then to get $1.5 million each. Now, anyone 12 or older who've gotten at least one shot can qualify for those cash prizes. Anyone under 18 who wins gets the money in a savings account until they turn 18. All in all, this totals up to a $116.5 million incentive program for the state of California.
I think the worst spending is put a burying your head in the sand and continue to do what you've done and not achieve the goals of getting all of us back on our feet, keeping people healthy and safe. Look, point being, the cost of not getting vaccinated is exponentially, incalculably higher.
And again, there is a big push to get people vaccinated. CVS announced today that they are also launching an incentive program for people that get vaccinated by June 1st, saying that they will have a chance at some sweepstakes prizes. Those include cash prizes, destination vacations, and trips. That's CVS adding to a list of businesses now getting involved to get people vaccinated. We're reporting live tonight. Anthony Pura, ABC 10 News.
Anthony, thank you. The Santa Clara County Sheriff says the gunman who killed 9 people in a rail yard massacre yesterday appeared to target some of the victims. The sheriff says Sam Cassidy fired 39 shots before killing himself as deputies closed in. Reporter Connor Powell has the troubling questions one day later.
In the wake of another mass shooting in America,
I would like to ask that we all take a moment of silence for our fallen workers.
San Jose, California, in mourning.
All the families are in pain, but we are here to help.
9 people ages 29 to 63 were killed when a co-worker opened fire at a Santa Clara Valley Transportation Authority rail yard Wednesday morning. Authorities say when police arrived, the shooter, identified as VTA employee Sam Cassidy, then turned the gun on himself.
Our deputies confronted the suspect and he took his own life in front of the deputies. So we know our people are heroes.
Officials say Cassidy was armed with 2 semi-automatic handguns and 11 magazines. Investigators also found, quote, precursor things for explosives in his locker and home, as well as more ammunition, but have not yet identified a motive.
Our detectives are busy interviewing and looking into all the particulars, and hopefully at some point we'll have some kind of an idea of a motive.
A vigil will be held in honor of the victims Thursday evening as demands for action on gun violence echo from California to Washington.
Congress needs to step up, and I don't pretend that any law is going to stop mass shootings in a country with 300 million guns, but we all need to do more.
In San Jose, California, I'm Connor Powell.
A Biden administration official says Cassidy spoke of hating his workplace while he was detained by customs officers after a 2016 trip to the Philippines. Cassidy reportedly had a memo book with notes on how much he disliked the Santa Clara Valley Transportation Authority. And Republicans appear ready to use the filibuster to block creating a commission to investigate the January 6th insurrection. Only 3 Republicans have expressed support for the commission. That's far short of the 10 needed to override a filibuster. CNN is reporting Minority Leader Mitch McConnell asked wavering senators to support a filibuster as a personal favor to him. The vote could come later today.
Senate Republicans are offering a counter-proposal today to President Biden's infrastructure plan. It includes $928 billion over 8 years for roads, public transit, and water infrastructure. The president currently wants $1.7 trillion for this type of infrastructure. He is proposing a corporate tax increase. The Republican plan would use unused stimulus money. Now, pipeline operators will need to undergo an assessment following the cyber attack on the Colonial Pipeline. That starts the news feed today. Under a new directive, the TSA is now requiring operators of pipelines to conduct a cybersecurity assessment. They will also need a cybersecurity coordinator available at all times to work with authorities in the event of an incident. Now, Boeing will need to pay the FAA at least $17 million in fines. The agency found that Boeing installed equipment on the 737 MAX that was not approved for use. If Boeing doesn't fix the issue within 30 days, it will need to pay another $10 million. Now, another week of low unemployment numbers, and the Labor Department reports 406,000 people filed for unemployment last week, showing that layoffs are slowing down.
Crowds are already starting to form along San Diego beaches, and it's not even officially Memorial Day weekend yet. It's the first holiday weekend since many COVID restrictions were loosened. ABC 10 News reporter Rena Nakano joins us from Mission Beach with a few messages from law enforcement. Rena?
I spoke with police and lifeguards who told me they are beefing up their staffing significantly in anticipation of all the Memorial Day weekend crowds. Memorial Day weekend is the unofficial start of summer. It may also be the first weekend people feel comfortable enough to do what they used to.
We do expect the beaches to be full.
Last year, the beaches were basically off limits. Parking lots were taped off, masks and 6-foot social distance were required, and you weren't even allowed to place your beach towel down on the sand.
Well, last year we were closing our parking lots and we had a lot of rules and restrictions out here on the beach. This year, it's a different story.
Now, with many of the restrictions lifted, AAA estimates that 37 million Americans will travel 50 miles or more from home. That's up 60% from last year. But just because the COVID rules are no longer, lifeguards remind us of the pre-COVID rules that are still in effect.
No alcohol on the beach and boardwalk and park areas. Also no glass. And we do permit fires in designated fire squares along the beach.
Some problems they've seen lately are folks starting bonfires in the sand or those burning wood pallets with nails or paint. Both are not only illegal, they can cause serious injuries. And as for rental equipment, law enforcement says to stick with the brick and mortar stores with insurance, not the app rentals.
Well, we do see a strong connection with accidents that happen out here on the water. For those that are not renting from reputable companies that are giving you the proper training, giving you the proper equipment, and they also maintain those vessels properly.
And lifeguards tell me the first thing you should do when you get here is speak with your family, even the little ones, about establishing your location. So for example, say that you're going to be by a permanent structure like this one here, lifeguard tower number 15, and this is where you'll always be and have your beach towel. This prevents people and things from getting lost. Now, coming up at 5 o'clock, we show you a story about a shop owner who has been waiting for the first holiday weekend post-COVID restrictions. I'm Rena Nakano here in Mission Bay. I'll send it back to you.
Celebrating safely, so important. Thank you, Rena. Some sad news. A body found at Joshua Tree National Park has been identified as a missing hiker from Oceanside. 20-year-old Joey Espinoza was last seen when a family member dropped him off near the park May 16th. No word yet on a cause of death.
The pictures are undeniable. Tobacco companies have long sought after women in unique ways, marketing independence, beauty, even equality for decades.
And they use themes like beauty, fashion, sophistication, but all the while knowing that tobacco use causes harm at every stage of a woman's life.
We're calling on, policymakers at all level to take strong action to prevent girls from ever starting to smoke or vape at all.
Now, top female leaders in the fight against big tobacco are calling out the practice of marketing towards girls and women. In a new report, A Lifetime of Damage, anti-tobacco groups point out the success of these campaigns. 20 million women now use tobacco products. Some $71 billion is spent every year on health care to treat women smokers. 200,000 women die each year from smoking and secondhand smoke exposure.
Tobacco use also impacts a young woman's ability to become pregnant and often causes serious pregnancy complications as well. And this is particularly important to Black women's health imperative, as we know maternal mortality disproportionately impacts Black women.
The report also points out current marketing strategies to gain new nicotine users, like using social media influencers to advertise vaping products. A U.S. Surgeon General report says nearly 9 out of 10 smokers start by age 18. Anti-tobacco groups point out consequences like slowing down lung growth in children and teens, and they also point out 70% of women smokers are interested in quitting, and more than half of women try each year.
People should know that, it is really hard to quit, but there are resources available.
You can find free resources in nicotine replacement therapies through the 1-800-QUIT-NOW line and on smokefree.gov. There are texting programs for younger people and apps for encouragement as well.